You know what's terrifying? When nature disguises danger as beauty. Most of us think of plants as harmless, decorations, maybe food, sometimes annoying if they're weeds, but there are plants out there that can blind you, burn you, or even mess with your brain, and they don't even look deadly at all. This video is about all the plants you should never, ever touch, not because they'll just give you a rash, but because they might leave you scarred, blind, or in some cases, even dead. Let's get into it. You might walk past this plant and think it's just a larger version of something familiar. Giant hogweed resembles Queen Anne's lace, but much taller and more dramatic. What most people don't realize is that this plant contains a sap that can cause some of the most extreme skin reactions known to nature. The danger lies in a chemical inside the sap that makes your skin incredibly sensitive to sunlight. Just brushing against the plant and then stepping into daylight can lead to massive blisters, severe burns, and even long-lasting scars. If the sap gets into your eyes, it can cause temporary or even permanent blindness. Giant hogweed is found across parts of North America and Europe. It's so harmful that workers hired to remove it often have to wear full protective gear. It's not just a nuisance, it's a real hazard, and it's been responsible for several serious injuries. At a first glance, this tropical tree looks like something out of a postcard. Native to parts of India and Southeast Asia, it produces green fruits that look fairly harmless, but this tree has a hidden danger within its seeds. These seeds contain a compound that can affect your heart's electrical signals. Consuming even a small amount can interfere with your heartbeat and cause a rapid decline in health. What makes this tree especially scary is how ordinary it appears. It blends in with its surroundings, and unless you know exactly what it is, you'd never suspect it holds such potential harm. Locals in certain regions are very aware of its dangers, and in some areas the plant is surrounded by folklore warning people to stay far away. It is a perfect example of how something beautiful and unassuming can have a hidden edge. The Manchineel tree is native to the Caribbean, Central America, and parts of South Florida. It looks like a regular tree, often growing along beaches with small green apples that might tempt the curious, but this tree is anything but safe. It has earned the nickname Tree of Pain for a very good reason. Every part of the tree is toxic. The sap is extremely acidic. Just standing beneath it during rain can cause severe chemical burns if any water touches your skin after running down the branches or leaves. If you touch it and then rub your eyes, it can cause intense irritation and even vision problems. Even burning the wood can be hazardous, releasing fumes that irritate the lungs and eyes. Some beaches have warning signs or red paint around these trees to keep people away. And yes, people have taken bites out of the fruit thinking it was safe, only to experience burning sensations in their mouth and throat almost immediately. This is one plant where curiosity can definitely backfire. With its large trumpet-shaped flowers hanging like elegant bells, these guys are hard to ignore. Often grown ornamentally in tropical areas, this plant is famous for its beauty and strong fragrance, but it's also well known among botanists and medical experts for another reason: its powerful chemical effects on the brain. Inside its petals are compounds like scopolamine and atropine. These chemicals have serious neurological effects. They can cause vivid hallucinations, memory loss, confusion, and even changes in behavior. There are documented cases where people exposed to these compounds accidentally or intentionally have experienced days of disorientation with no memory of what happened. Even just rubbing your eyes after touching the plant can lead to temporary blindness. In some areas, warnings are posted around these plants not because of its appearance, but because of its intense chemical properties. It may be beautiful, but it has a reputation for altering the mind in very unsettling ways. Monkshood or wolf's bane, this plant has a long and dramatic history. It grows in cooler climates and has striking purple flowers that seem almost magical, but that beauty masks one of the most potent natural toxins known to man. The plant contains a sonatin, a compound that can be absorbed through the skin. Even a small amount can cause numbness, tingling, and even more serious symptoms like irregular heartbeat and muscle weakness. Historically, it was used to coat weapons and arrows, and there are many accounts of people becoming ill just from touching it. It is actually so dangerous that many botanical botanical gardens that grow it keep it behind barriers. England's Poison Garden, for example, has it under strict supervision, and even the gardeners wear full protective gear when handling it. It may look like a fairy tale flower, but it's one of the most toxic plants in the plant world. Australia is well known for its terrifying wildlife, and this plant definitely fits the theme. Called the Jimpy Jimpy tree, it appears to be a harmless green shrub, but this plant is covered in tiny stinging hairs that act like needles, injecting a potent neurotoxin into your skin. The pain starts almost instantly and has been described as feeling like being burned and electrocuted at the same time. But the worst part is that the pain can last for days, weeks, or even months. There are stories of people being unable to sleep from the pain, and some have experienced waves of discomfort for years after the initial sting. Scientists studying this tree wear full body protection. Even dried leaves on the ground can cause a reaction if stepped on. It's one of the most painful plants on earth, and it's not something you would ever want to brush up against. Now, here's a plant that doesn't hurt your body, but definitely messes with your understanding of how plants work. These guys are a rare vine found in Chile that has a seemingly impossible ability. It can mimic the shape, size, and even the color of the leaves on surrounding plants. What's weird is that it doesn't need to physically touch the plant it's mimicking. Somehow it senses what's nearby and changes its own leaves to match. Scientists have no clear explanation for how it does this. It seems to have some ability to gather information from the environment in ways that we don't yet understand. While it won't harm you, it definitely raises questions about plant intelligence. How does it know what to copy? What other plants might have hidden senses we've overlooked? It's not toxic or dangerous to humans, but it's one of the most unsettling examples of how little we truly know about the natural world. But I have one explanation, and that is aliens. Aliens? That sounds like an alien to me. If you're walking through the woods and see a plant that looks like it's covered in tiny eyeballs, you've probably found the doll's eyes. It grows in shady forests of North America and produces striking white berries with black dots that resemble staring eyes. Very creepy. The appearance alone is creepy enough, but the real danger is actually in the berries themselves. They contain a compound that can affect the muscles of the heart if eaten. For children who might be drawn to the toy-like look of the berries, the risk is especially high, of course. What's strange is that birds can eat the berries with no issues at all, but for humans, even a small amount can lead to a very serious illness. The combination of appearance and toxicity makes this one of the most disturbing plants to find in the wild. Ricinus communis is better known as the castor bean plant. It's grown all over the world for its seeds, which are used to make castor oil. The plant itself is quite beautiful, with deep red or purple leaves and spiky seed pods, but inside those seeds is one of the most toxic natural substances ever identified, ricin. If these seeds are chewed and ingested, the ricin can cause severe damage to the body. It interferes with how cells make protein, which can lead to organ failure if not treated quickly. What makes it so dangerous is that just a few seeds can have serious consequences, and the plant is still widely available. Many people grow it without realizing the risk. It's a perfect example of how something even useful and common can carry hidden threats. If you ever handle castor beans, do so with caution and never let pets or children near them. The final plant on this list has a creepy twist. Rue has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, but what many people don't know is that it can cause serious reactions that don't appear until days later. If you touch the plant and then go out in the sun, you might feel fine at first, but over the next few days, strange things can start to happen. Painful blisters, burning sensations, and odd discoloration can appear exactly where your skin made contact. Some people have even developed lasting sensitivity to sunlight in those areas. Rue is still sold in many garden centers and herbal shops, and most people have no idea that a simple touch could cause such a delayed and painful response. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you again soon. Bye!